Hey, this is Dan Streety from the band Bred for War, and you're watching the Mike Wolf YouTube channel.
Hi, I'm Dan Lawrence. We're at Mel's Restaurant in Somerset, Pennsylvania. And tonight we are going to be seeing Bred for War, one of the new up-and-coming Christian heavy metal bands in the country. So come on in with us now. Hi, I'm Dan Lawrence, and we're talking to Dan Streety of Bred for War after their concert at Mel's Restaurant here in Somerset. You guys are kind of new on the scene. Tell me a little about the origins of Bred for War.
Bred for War, well, we're just four guys from Missouri. Started on a Craigslist ad that we kind of answered to. We're kind of a mesh of two other bands. One was needing a singer and a bass player, and the other one was needing a guitar player and a drummer, and kind of just merged together, and this is what we got.
Now, when the band was put together, did you guys know we're going to do a certain style of music, so this is what we need to be happy with from the beginning?
Absolutely. Heavy metal was, right out the gate, heavy metal is what we're going to do. We're going to use it to glorify the Lord, and that was the way it is. Ministry first, always. Had nothing to do with trying to be famous, about putting on a performance or any of those sort of things. It was just about glorifying God through heavy metal.
So, who writes most of your songs?
It's collectively, we all do. We all really do. A couple of the songs that we played tonight, our drummer, he wrote, his brother wrote. We all have a hand in everything. Really. Lyrics, we're all over it. All of us, all four of us.
Okay, good. You know, there's something, I was listening to your EP for the first time today, I'll be honest with you. And there's something about the sound of the mix that sounded analog to me. You kind of agree with that?
Maybe sound a little.
Maybe you were shooting for?
Maybe a little bit. Yeah. We really didn't want everything polished. Everything nowadays is polished, and it goes through all these digital, all this and that. So when we sat down, we're old school guys, we're all in our late 30s, and we're like, you know what, we want to be, it's analog, do it where it's warmer, where it has that old feel of that analog, that tape, So we did that. We went through Rich Mauser at the Mouse House out in LA, and Ed Sandor with Sandor Sound Studios down in Branson, Missouri. And he's the one that produced it, and then we sent it off to Rich Mauser. He's the same people doing our next full-length album that should be out at the end of this month, and it'll sound analog as well, hopefully.
Okay, let's talk about the new release coming out. So you said that's already mastered and everything, ready to ship out. We're just kind of waiting for that.
It's in mastering. It's in the mastering stage right now, the last end of the mastering stage, and then it's going to go to press. It should be available hopefully by the end of the month, if not June 1st ish.
Okay. You guys work full time and do this too. How does that happen?
Don't sleep, don't eat, don't shower. No. Honestly, a lot of prayer. We all have full-time jobs. We're all married. And the one thing that really keeps it all together is we all have wives that believe in the ministry. So we all have believing wives that they believe in what we're doing. They see the fruit of our labor, and they're behind us 100%. And then our kids, two of us have kids, so that's a really cool thing for them to share with us as well. But yeah, we spend a lot of time, a lot of nights, a lot of weekends, and then we take vacation throughout the year and do little runs like this. And here we are in Pennsylvania.
Okay. Now, you talked a little bit about your personal testimony during the concert. Can we expand on that a little bit?
Well, I grew up with no Jesus. No Jesus.
I looked like I was reading some of the bios that the other guys in the band looked like a lot of these guys were church kids.
Yeah. In fact, our drummer and our guitar player both grew up in church, and servant-hearted kids. I mean, just great guys.
You had no Jesus.
None with me. Our bass player grew up in Nigeria on the mission field, and his parents are pastors.
Really?
Yes. So here I am, the oddball, and I had no Jesus until I was 31 years old, and it was an overdose where I had been in a coma, and long story short.
Did you have an NDE?
I'm sorry?
Did you have an NDE, near-death experience?
My heart stopped twice. They resuscitated me. Yeah, they resuscitated me and put me on life support, and I spent a while in a coma. And that whole white light everybody talks about, I never saw it. No, I never saw it. I saw the opposite, and it was the scariest thing I've ever seen and ever experienced. And if you ever been there, you'll never understand it. But it really scared the daylights out of me, and it made me think of the spiritual level of what life really is, because I was involved in a hate group for a long, long time, for about 12 years. So I was doing that until all of this happened, and then somebody told me about Jesus, and it changed my life. And I surrendered my heart to Jesus, and it just completely flipped. And I said, you know what, I will serve you thick and thin, no matter what, everywhere I go, whether it be in a bar, a club, on the streets, it does not matter. I will serve you 100% unashamed. And I've done that for the last 6-7 years now. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
It's a great experience for your rest of your life.
Amen. Amen. I've seen many, many people come to the Lord, including my kids. So, I mean, that right there is enough in itself. I could die right now. I'm so happy. It just, my kids coming to the Lord, because I had led them astray for so many years. I have a 17-year-old who's about to go into the military, and he had a really angry, violent, scary dad most of his life. And now he's got
And that was you.
That was me. And now he's got a God-fearing father who loves him and is not afraid to pray for him and all that stuff. So now he's doing the same thing in his school, and he's going to his high school, which is a very, very secular atmosphere, and preaching Jesus. It's not popular, but he's doing it. And
is he doing music at all?
He does music. He's actually he does a little bit of rap, Christian rapping. He's very good at it.
Pray for the young man.
I am. We're going to convert him. But that song, Least of These, that's on the first EP, he actually helped me write.
Cool.
Yep.
So the wife, was she already saved when you married her?
She was already saved. She moved in with me the day we got married. Yeah. So she was saved, radically saved. She has the same background as me as well. Found the Lord. And now she's on fire for Christ. She's an amazing, amazing woman. And she's literally the crown of my head. I mean, she's everything to me. But, yeah, we got married. That was it.
I love to hear personal stories like that turn out so well. I would like to just talk a little bit to end this about what you see for the future of Bred for War.
For the future of Bred for War, it's in God's hands, really. We never thought that we would make it this far. The first thing that we did, we were just able to get on stage and play with a couple bands that we really looked up to, with Fit for a King and Gideon and stuff like that. We're like, we just like those bands. We get to open with them. The next thing you know, somebody's blessing us with a bus and a trailer. Somebody's blessing us with the recording ability. Next thing you know, we're on vacation, going on tour, doing this sort of thing. I never thought I would ever be playing music in Pennsylvania or all over the Midwest
But there's trials along the way too. I mean, your bus broke down. You're in one now.
Right now, we're supposed to be playing in Nashville, Tennessee, 600 miles away tomorrow night, and it looks like we can't find an axle for the trailer. We have to cancel the show. Not the first time it's happened. Many bands have experienced it, just part of the road. But it's you just take your licking and keep on ticking. The devil's going to continue to come up against us. He's nonstop. He's relentless. And if everything's going smooth, you might want to check yourself and see where you're at, because we've had breakdowns every single day. We've had the bus leaking, water inside on our beds, and now we have an axle down, and now we got to cancel the show, and we're all still smiling. We're all still happy. We all still have God, and we're okay. But for the future of Bred for War, man, I don't know. Maybe we'll go into Europe next year. I don't know. That's the plan anyway.
Okay.
You heard it first.
Well, it seems to me like a lot of the metal bands end up going to Europe just for a small amount of time. There must be some special promoter over there that loves this kind of music and wants to see you guys live.
The secret is that they love American bands over there, so every chance they get to get American bands, the whole town shows up, and the fans are they're all about putting their cell phones down and getting in mosh pits and singing with the bands and stuff like that. So the crowds are a little bit differently over there. They're hungry for that heavy metal. Here, not so much, but we're going to change all their minds.
Okay, sounds cool. Anything else you want to tell the people before we close it out today?
Yeah, a lot of questions we get is Bred for War, what's it come from? It comes from 2 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, the 3rd and 4th verse, and you can look that up. It's about waging war. We don't wage war against human beings or other people. We wage war in the spiritual level, in the spiritual the host of in spiritual wicked heavenly places and stuff like that. That's what we're all about. So we go into places and preach Jesus, and sometimes it's not well received, but nevertheless,
because this is not a typical place you'd expect to find a Christian band playing right here today.
No, because last night we played in Toledo and had a wonderful crowd. This one, good crowd, but they're not moving. They're just kind of listening. But either way, they're getting the seeds being sown. So, but yeah, we just appreciate everybody who even contacts us. You can look us up on all the outlets, all the www.bred4war.com. There's, everybody. We're easy to find, but it's bred4war.com, the number 4.
Right, and it seems like all the streaming services have your EP on there too.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You.
You as well.
You guys did a great job.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Hey, what's up, South America? This is Dan Strudy from the band Bred for War. We really appreciate you guys tuning in and checking us out, man.
Hi, we're Bred for War, and you're watching the Mike Wolf YouTube channel. Right on. Hi, we're Bred for War, and I want to say a special thank you to all of our friends down in South America for watching us and hanging out with us. Thank you very much.